Hello, dear friends. I'm Roland Gunther, homeopath on Vancouver Island, and we meet here again in one of my favorite places. Yeah, it's under the big firs in our Douglas firs in our garden. Just in the background, you might see a little bit of the ocean and of the Strait of Georgia. So in the inland, we have ice and snow. Here we have rain and wind on the west coast, and right now it's tiny little bit of sunshine through the clouds, or the sun once in a while coming through the clouds. That's awesome for us here already. That's about as much as we get it. So today, the days are, it's December. The days are really short, getting even shorter, and the nights are long, the evenings are long and dark. So this is very naturally a time where we go more inwards and look inside. One of the most beautiful and, in my opinion, most effective ways of looking inside is to meditate. Meditating. What is meditating? Meditating is being with yourself unconditionally, just the way you are, without needing anything, without wanting anything from yourself. Yeah, just really being with yourself, and then maybe also connecting. And um, we've been many of us, we've been told so often how we should be and what we should do, and I love you if. But that's all business. That's not love. The only real love is unconditional love. And this is something we reclaim when we meditate, when we go into a time of stillness just within ourselves. There's no conditions. I am with myself just the way I am, period. And when we meditating is an art. So it's not always that way. Yes, there's natural talents, yeah, and but we all can learn it and get better and better in it. And like in every art form, it's really good if you have a good teacher. And in my opinion, who is the best teacher? The best teachers are trees. Why? Because they are pros in meditating all day long, all that 24/7 years, hundreds of years even. Yeah, they do nothing else than sitting there, standing there, and meditating. They take care of this vertical line of being connected, of the below and the above, of growing roots and reaching up to the light. And this is what we do. We want the light to reach us and to be come into us and flow into our body and through us into this world, into this life, because this is where we need it. We need the blessings of the divine. And this is what we kind of capture, like the trees capture the light when they stand there and make into physical reality. And it's the same way when we meditate, we also capture the light, we capture the blessing of the divine, yeah, and make it, weave it into our reality with through our creativity. And you hear, it's about grounding and reaching upward. Grounding, every seed that you put in the soil, when you did that with beans or peas or whatever, you know what the first thing they do is not going towards the light. No, downwards, having a root. So priority has, the first step is always, I connect with my body, I connect with the ground, with the land, with earth. And when I'm grounded, this is like, now I have a vessel, I have a container, something where I can bring the light in, where I can capture the light and hold it. Other than that, it could be that meditating just gets me out of life. And this is not what we want. We want, like I said, the divine into this life. And here in this, and trees do that. And there's a proof that trees are excellent meditators and teachers. When Buddha was enlightened, he did so under a tree. Yeah, it was the Bodhi tree, but I think every tree does it. Yeah, and really good when you have a good teacher. So my suggestion would be try meditating with a tree. You can go to a tree, maybe you have a favorite tree somewhere. Start talking with it and ask it to help you in meditating. Sit under it, or if it's too cold in winter, even when you sit inside, you can call your tree, yeah, and hey, say, hey, please come and help me and be with me. And there's something beautiful happening, yeah, when we get intimate, when we get close to a tree, then it's sometimes like we can merge with the tree, and the tree becomes our trunk. The, the trunk of the tree becomes our spine, and the roots become our roots into the soil. And with the trees, we reach, with the branches of the tree, we reach upwards towards the light. And so there's a beautiful merging that can happen. Now, life is not a self-serve uh, shop, and we should not go there and just take something. When you go there, I suggest that you do this like when you go to an elder. You go there with um, respect, and in general, you also bring a gift, something. Native people, they often bring tobacco when they talk with the tree, or or any other gift. I sometimes bring tobacco. Another time I bring a beautiful shell that I found by the beach and want to bring, or whatever it is. Yeah, just bring. Even when I find a, a dead bird that is run over at the road, I put it down there and say, hey, take it to your roots, make new life out of it. Yeah, and let it fly again and grow again. And they do that. So when we ask them and get intimate with them, when we, for example, you can ask them also, what's your name? Tell me your name. Yeah, how can I call you? How do I call you? And and then just be silent and listen and watch. And in time, you will hear them, and in time, you will hear more and more clearly. This is just a, a matter of patience and really allowing yourself to listen and to be open to them. And then you can call them and say, hey, um, please help me with that. And they will do. Everything relationship in life is about exchange. And so meditating is primarily a way of uh, connecting in the vertical, connecting the below and the above. But when we do that with a tree, it really becomes also a connection here on the horizontal with another life, with another form of life here where we are living. And then it becomes this beautiful cross that, yeah, you have it in Christianity, you have it in native people in their medicine wheel. This is where we sit when we talk with the tree and when we meditate with the tree. And like I said, life relationship lives from an exchange, yeah, that we ask, that we're given something, that we give thanks, and that we give something back. There's always an exchange. They, when I was young, I thought nature just wants to be left alone and do whatever it wants and not be disturbed by us. And all my life, I realized no, this is not the case. Nature wants us to see. Plants and animals, they want to be seen, they want to be acknowledged. They don't always want to be disturbed, but to be seen and to be respected and to be acknowledged. And love it when we have an exchange, when we communicate with them. It's There's something that makes them happy as well. And when we do that and we like communicate with them intimately, like in meditation, there's also something where we bring a connection into this loneliness of the human species. We are so disconnected from nature. We are so disconnected from the land. And in no matter where we start, if it's a plant in your windowsill or if it's a tree outside, it gets us out of this disconnect and out of this loneliness and this separation and gets us into communication. And I think this is really what we need. This is what our life, our world actually needs, that we get out of this separation and that we come back into connection. One of these um, scriptures of wisdom that I love most, and they all are rooted in the most sacred book there is, which is a creation, because the direct creation of God. So he or she speaks directly through his or her creation to us. And there's people that could listen, and the words of wisdom are captured on collected in books like the Bible or the Quran, or the Tao Te Ching is one that I love really a lot. And in the Tao Te Ching, it says, um, creation is perfect. I hope I remember it well. So this life, the world is perfect. If you tamper with it, you'll ruin it. If you make it an object, you'll lose it. And collectively, this is what we did. We made life, this whole planet, we made it a ball of stone of resources. Yeah, everything, an object that we can just grab and do with whatever we want. This is not the case. This is a soulless enterprise and it destroys our earth. Absolutely. We need to come, we also don't need to fix it. Yeah, no. Um, she, Earth teaches us how to heal. So we need to come and to be in relationship, in respectful relationship with it, and knowing this is something sacred. And that's what I suggest you practice. Practice that once in a while, yeah, when you meditate, when you come back to yourself, come back to life, come back of this wonderful network of relationships which we're born into. Have fun and maybe write something. Let me know how it works for you. I'm curious. See you soon. Take care.